Hey, Eric.
Oh, God, what?
Have you been reading your copy of The Water Margin?
My digital copy transferred to me by the Louisville Free Public Library, Chris?
Yeah. Shout out to libraries.
No, I haven't, but I've got it.
Oh. I've read 2 chapters and the introduction.
Does it get beyond the premise of an outlaw acquiring a bunch of friends to topple an evil empire? Is that like this extent of the inspiration?
I think the one thing that Suikoden draws from is that the story is set up by a bunch of bandits going up against a government official, and then those bandits turn out to be the good guys.
But are the bandits morally gray? Is there a thief amongst them? Are there thieves among them?
I think there are thieves among them. There's a lot of killing, so it's hard to say like who's
how many of them teleport and how many are vampires?
Are you asking about Suikoden or the Water Margin?
Sure, yeah.
Yes and yes.
People are vampires in Water Margin?
No.
Oh,
no. I don't think there are any vampires or magic, but who knows? I think it is a romance. It does have a reference to the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, which I found interesting because in my copy there was an asterisk there, and you read the footnote and it says this is a reference to Romance of the Three Kingdoms, which I thought was interesting.
It's the Chinese.
There was only 4 books.
Epic fantasy or novels literature universe.
Oh, the extended universe. Yeah. I can't wait to meet Son Goku. Would you like to hear some hot sounds that I've recorded?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Welcome to Retrograde Amnesia, a comprehensive podcast where we discuss classic JRPGs chapter by chapter, beat by beat. This season we are covering Suikoden and Suikoden 2. It's a double whammy, Eric.
Double whammy. Double whammy.
Hello, my name's Chris. I'm joined by Eric. Hey.
Single whammy.
Single? What's a single whammy? Never heard of such a thing.
It's that ice that you form into a sphere and put in whiskey glasses.
That's a whammy?
I don't know.
Okay. I don't really like ice in my whiskey or bourbon. I just like it straight. You ever seen those like metal cubes that people put in there?
Destro's head?
I don't know what's Destro.
Do you know what Destro is?
Should I?
G.I. Joe villain?
Oh, that
metal
guy.
face?
Yeah. For some reason, my brain went to Marvel. I'm not really sure why. No, it's like a thing of metal that you freeze. You put in your freezer, and then you put it in your
Can you eat it?
In your bourbon, and it keeps your bourbon cold, but it doesn't melt and get water in your bourbon.
So it's like a sorcerer object.
It does look like some sort of trinket that you can, cast magic spells with, but I don't like mine to be.
All right, we'll drop some in some Soylent and we'll just keep going.
That would be the fanciest glass of Soylent that ever has been created. Also, we are joined by the RealNet, a collective of patrons who are listening to us record live. You too can join this RealNet, this so-called RealNet, and get access to all of our bonus stuff at patreon.com/retroam. This episode is brought to you by Alex C. Alex with a C. Not Alex of the Sea, like the ocean, just Alex C.
Alex could be of the sea, Chris. Don't make claims that you can't back up.
That's true. So thank you, Alex, for your patronage, and thank you for supporting the show.
On behalf of Alex C., you're welcome, Crisp.
If you're a patron and you would like to this top of show shout out, please go to patreon.com/retroam and look for the post that says you're welcome, Chris, to find out how to do that. It'll be fun.
We're also joined by the FakeNet, our post-production AI companion and #1 rated Consumer Reports organizer of all the sock drawers and unpacking.
Initializing FakeNet.
My binary world demands order, and there is no order higher than organizing a closet 9 times in 2 hours.
Unpacking's a pretty fun game.
It's mellow.
Yeah, it is mellow. My kid played it, and I watched him play it, and I thought it was pretty interesting. I might play it one day. Also, what do you do whenever you need something from Consumer Reports? Do you call your dad?
I would call my grandparents when they were still alive.
Okay.
They had a subscription.
Yeah, my dad does too. He's got a digital subscription. So I was
Nice.
like, Dad, give me that password so I can know which one of these
SUVs to buy.
LED bulbs to buy or whatever. Yeah. So, Eric, where do we leave off? I don't remember. It's been a while.
We were in the sewers. We met the conspirators amongst the sewage. No one talked about the smell. Flick was a little bit suspicious of us. Humphrey didn't talk to us. Sanchez told us where things were. And Odessa was all in our shit.
Yeah, and also in our party now as well.
Yeah.
She joined that shit. Before we get on with our adventures with Odessa, I do have some dad lore. Do you miss your dad?
Sometimes, yeah.
I mean, not your real dad.
He's still
but,
around, but
No, I mean like you, Tyr McDowell. Do you miss your dad?
I don't think he's thought about his dad a single fucking time, man.
Okay.
Like his peers kind of remind him of it occasionally, but he's just all pure id going forward in the mission.
So we had talked a little bit about how there is some backstory that's in like the novels and the manga, and I was having a hard time distinguishing what is in game and what is not. But I did confirm that most of this lore that I'm about to read you is not in the game. At least I couldn't find it in any of the script.
So then where the hell did it come from?
The novels.
The novels about the game? Are those considered canon?
The novelization.
Are you making shit up?
The novelization of the game. Is it considered canon? I don't know. We're calling our fucking guy Tyr, and that's where that name comes from. So may as well use this backstory.
I pronounce it Tyre, please.
And this game is kind of ripe for this kind of information because there's not a lot of meat on the bone in some cases. It's hard. There's not a lot of talking.
There's no loyalty quests?
Yeah, exactly. There's not 108 loyalty quests, 107 exactly.
There's no third techs?
Unfortunately not. All your double combo moves, what they call it, unite attacks, you have just by default. All you got to do is find the right combination of friends. So I was going to read you this Teo McDowell lore.
Okay,
Would you like to
hit me with some
hear
Teo.
about this? There's pretty interesting things here. Most of this we've uncovered via conjecture.
Is he the good general?
What do you mean the good general?
I mean, all the generals I assume we're going to fight are secretly bad. So perhaps Teo is the one good cop.
No.
World gone mad.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there, Eric. I don't want to give away too much about
a
this
battle
game.
on a big bridge. All right.
A battle on a big bridge?
Yeah. You said we'll cross that bridge. I don't know.
Oh, I think probably is a battle on a bridge. I don't know. So here's the lore. Here's the dad lore. During the Succession War, or the War of Succession, whatever you want to call it, Teo helped Barbarossa to defeat his enemies by using something called the armored cavalry mounted on gull horses, GUL-horses.
How's that different from regular horses?
I have no idea.
FakeNet, how's that different from regular horses?
Initializing FakeNet.
Gull horses are not actually horses, but a type of bipedal lizard native to the Tauran region. You fucking idiots.
It's like a seagull.
No.
I was thinking
Horse gull.
Yeah, like with like armor.
Please stop talking.
Yeah.
Like the tree sentinel.
Horse armor.
Yeah.
DLC.
Right.
Got it.
That's it. I'm taking the rest of the day off.
Hello.
Due to his success with this strategy, he became widely famous. Also, another fact here, which we've already alluded to, Teo's wife died giving birth to their son. When Tyr was a very young boy, he was kidnapped by Gale Rugner's forces, and they threatened Teo to remove the armor from the armored cavalry. So they said, we've taken your son, take your fucking horse armor off.
Well, armor definitely means armaments too, right? Like weapons, armor.
Lay down your arms and your horse armor, or I will not give you your son back. Gale Rugner, by the way, was some family member of Barbarossa. Like they were fighting over who was the rightful emperor of the Scarlet Moon Empire. Teo said, give me back my son.
Give me back my son!
He didn't actually. You know, guess. I'm going to give you one fucking guess. If you get it wrong, you're off this podcast. Who saved Tyr McDowell?
Gotta be Gremio.
Ding noise. Great. Gremio saved Tyr from Gale Rugner's forces. And guess what also happened to Gremio?
Got a slash in the cheek and then another slash in the cheek.
Wow, Eric, you're doing great. You're doing great tonight.
Thank you.
On this.
These are all pure guesses.
Yeah. Teo, some fucking time, found a child. Get the child's name? Ted. He was wandering the battlefield alone during the Scarlet Joustin War.
Like Raiden?
I guess so. He took this child to his home. This doesn't make any sense, but I'm going to read it anyway. Instead of sleeping in the house of the McDowells, Ted decided to sleep in a nearby house, but he usually spent his time with them. In my experience, Ted has his own room, so
you're saying George Railroad Martin played this and then thought of Jon Snow?
Ted Snow?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that is very
Time
strange.
lines up.
Yeah.
There it is. He's a gamer. We know it.
Also, Teo assisted Sonya Sholin, who we previously met, with everything that she needed to do when she inherited the position as the head of the Scarlet Moon Empire naval forces from her mother. Which is weird to inherit a naval position, but I guess go off.
Have we seen a Navy? Is there a Navy?
There's a Navy, but I don't even... Yes, we haven't seen a Navy, but the Scarlet Moon Empire does have a Navy. Let's say that. Sonya valued Teo as the time passed, and Sonya's feelings for Teo grew, and eventually the two became lovers, which we had already kind of figured out based on his, slipping out the door before dinner to go to her house before he had to leave for the north. So all that via the unsighted Suikoden wiki. Thank you, unsighted Suikoden wiki.
How long has Ted lived with Teo and Tyr?
since he found him on the battlefield. So I think that happened during the Scarlet Joustin War. So that would have been after the War of Succession. So probably within a few years, I guess.
And no one's noticed that Ted hasn't aged.
Well, I think it must have only been like 3 years. And
Okay.
He's an anime character.
You could
so.
conceivably age, like if you age 3 years right now, I probably wouldn't notice a difference.
Yeah, that's probably true.
But if you're going from 15 to like 18, I don't know.
Yeah. But
Maybe
I mean,
some growth hormone.
Yeah. So it must have only been a couple of years.
I don't
it
need
wasn't
Suikoden to explain this. I just wondered if anyone ever questions this, if it's recognized in universe, as some character will go, like a cook in some town, I'll go, "Hey Ted, last time I saw you, you look exactly the same. Yuck, yuck, yuck," and then like a musical note in the text.
Yeah. No, doesn't happen.
Okay.
This is 1995 after all.
Yeah,
So-
I wanted to actually comment on that. When I'm playing this game, in my head, I am playing a Super Nintendo game. Like it feels like I'm playing Star Ocean or Terra Enigma just by the art style. Like if there was a Super Nintendo 32X, it feels like this is what would be on it.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I feel kind of the same way. The difference for me is that I played a lot of Super Nintendo RPGs, so this one actually felt like a new step.
Oh yeah, I mean it
originally, and
looks better, right?
Yeah, but I've got that kind of distinction in my head. But your point still works really well.
I played my first Super Nintendo RPG 5 years after the system died. Anyway,
Yeah, that's it. It's time to go to Mount Tigerwolf because we've got to go, Secret Factory stuff?
yeah, we got to go to the world map where, of course, tiny characters and huge world plays.
But wait, we got to do one thing.
What's that?
We got to upgrade our weapons first. But guess what, Eric?
What?
Odessa's weapon, it's already leveled up to level 5 by default. What's it called?
I don't know.
It's a steel bow.
What kind of weapon is that?
It's a bow. And guess what? Guess who else also wields the steel bow?
Mark.
Shepard.
Ted. She has the exact same weapon as Ted for reasons that are maybe obvious if you've played further in the game. And also per the cutting room floor of the website.
Great website.
Yeah, it is a good website. There are weapon values for weapons that you can't even access. Like some characters will come with weapons already upgraded and you will never see the prior versions of them. In the case of the steel bow, if you were able to upgrade it higher than level 5, you could get it to the golden bow. So shout out to Ted and Odessa for having the same goddamn weapon.
The Cutting Room Floor is an interesting website because it occasionally offers unsolicited editorials. Like if you go to the Twisted Metal 4 page, it like didn't sell well because it sucked more than the rest. Just like random facts like that in there.
Yeah.
Tossed in for some games based on whoever edited it that had an axe to grind.
Yeah, undecided.
So
yeah, go ahead.
I didn't sharp. I think all my weapons were already sharp.
Yeah, I think you already did that because you're a rich cheater.
Yes, I'm wealthy, Chris. Don't envy my wealth. I plan to distribute it all upon my death to the necessitary, to the communities that I choose to upgrade in foreign countries that can't vote on my money democratically.
Good.
Tiny characters in a huge world plays. I go up through some forest tiles, find a big bridge crossing a big river. I wonder if we'll get into a big bridge battle here. Then I reach a mountain path.
Mm-hmm.
It's Mount Tigerwolf.
Yeah.
Chris, what's a Tigerwolf to you?
Well, to me, God damn, that's a really good question.
Isn't it?
You've got to have the head of a wolf and the body of a tiger, I think.
I just think it's a wolf with stripes, personally.
Yeah,
Which
maybe
has probably
so.
been in some From Software game at some point.
You want another unsighted fact?
Yeah.
According to SuikoSource.com, Mount Tigerwolf is the entry point to the treacherous Banner Mountains, and many monsters roam the mountain path. The name Tigerwolf was given by gold miners who wanted to scare others away from their treasure.
So you just make up an animal?
I guess so. I mean, when there's, holly boys and furs
That's a
walking
good
around,
point,
you
yeah.
can just fucking do
Conceive of
whatever.
anything.
And the altitude is 500 meters.
Up?
That's what it says, Eric. We don't
Okay.
question SuikoSource.com. These are canonical facts.
FakeNet, how's that in relation to Satan's house, please?
Initializing fake net.
Satan's house is 121 meters higher from sea level than Mount Tigerwolf.
Are we going to have a Satan's house margin?
Yeah, the scale, so I
Yeah.
can properly know how tall these things are.
Okay.
The Babel Tower reference. Distant Mountain plays. We last heard this on our last Distant Mountain.
Yes, I love distant mountains.
Chris, is this place covered in snow, or are all the rocks gray?
I've got Rocky Mountain with a little greenery. I don't have snow.
Interesting. So it's not snow, it's just gray rocks.
That's what I thought.
Okay.
That's the way I read it.
The gang parties out for a conversation. Victor notices the sun is beginning to set, wondering if we can cross the mountain before dark. Cleo seems to align with Victor, suggesting she doesn't want to spend the night out in the open. Odessa no-sells all of that and says, in any case, we have to go up, let's go. So in any case is not accounting for their cases, but they're going up anyway.
In any case, we have to go up. Let's go. Is that our this is reality? Let's go.
In any case, for now, until
Okay.
we find something better.
All right.
That's as good as it gets in this game.
All right.
But they're kind of seeding now that, this is a big journey. What if we get tired?
We'll just use medicine.
Okay. I find, according to what happens later, we need some rest.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
I find a chest with a circlet, gloves, and a wind rune piece.
Yeah. Did you attach that wind rune piece to a weapon
Absolutely
later?
not. I haven't done anything with my runes. I got to save them in case I need them.
Well, the only way you can need them is if you have them.
Well, let's talk about what we get in fights with.
Yeah, some giant snails.
Yes, it's their heads bob like they're rocking out to battle music before they're about to die.
Yeah, they've got several.
idle
They've got
animation.
maybe more idle animation than any character in this game.
Their attack is to stretch their head and snail body the whole length of the field to punch us.
Yeah, I want to say mode 7, but it's not mode 7. I don't know what it is. I think you're stretching a polygon maybe, or stretching a... It's not a polygon.
It's scaling and rotation.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
it's not mode 7 because the PlayStation does that natively. It doesn't have a special mode, but it's the same tech.
Did you fight some killer slime?
Yeah, these are blue, upright standing goo ghosts, vaguely humanoid, vibrating.
Yeah, I call them Boogermans, but yeah.
Boogerman was not a slime creature. He looked a little bit more like Quailman, actually.
Oh, you mean Boogerman,
The capital letters Boogerman. Yeah,
Yes.
the Genesis Super Nintendo and Clay Fighter fighting game character, of course.
Yes,
But also,
okay.
I mean,
I don't know.
Booger!
teleport attacks where they dissolve into the ground then pop up in front of a party member. Seems like cheating.
Does seem like cheating.
They also drop water rune pieces, which I have collected, and that is all Tier's inventory now other than equipment.
Oh, you should
I'm
probably
not
sell
selling
them.
them. No, I'm not going to sell them anymore, Chris.
You can sell pieces.
Why? What if I need them?
What do you need them for?
To sell.
Well, I guess you have plenty of money. So.
What if I start hurting for money later, Chris?
Well, I mean...
You can't guarantee my finances are going to last me through the duration of the game.
I hope you've got the vault by now.
I've got liquid cash. No, I don't, actually. I'm looking for a place to stash my shit.
You have the vault now.
I don't know what that is, Chris. Slasher rabbits are things you also fight here. They're bunnies with red eyes, all of which are holding butcher knives. Who armed the rabbits?
Yeah, the killer rabbits, they are wild looking. Yeah, the existence of their weapons and their ability to fling them and catch them implies sentience here.
I don't think it's sentience. I think they've been trained like bears that can do tricks.
Okay. Well, who's
Like
trained?
someone out there is trained. I think the killer slimes to me would have more sentience because they appear to have like eyes and shit like that. Not that like killer rabbits don't have eyes, but slimes can. They're like Odo in Deep Space Nine, right?
Yeah.
They can do whatever they want.
I gotcha. So eventually become... Are you ready to...
Just one more note. Shit, which direction was I walking when I get out of battles? The Xenogears problem? Where it's like,
Oh.
was I going left or right?
Yeah.
Better pick right. Nope, we left.
No, we need footprints.
There's also some nice perspective when you reach the edge, showcasing how high up you are in comparison to the
Yeah.
ground. Like the background is appropriately vertigo-inducing.
Suikoden does very good vistas from mountains, like as you'll see later in the castle and stuff. When you look off the edge,
They're not
It's
quite
great.
parallax, but there are some nice
Yeah,
views.
yeah. Eventually, we come to a screen where our party begins to auto walk until we are stopped by a man. His name is Ledon
Curly mustache.
or Ledon. I don't know. He's very suspicious looking, complete with very bad bowl cut and creepy smile.
Is there a good bowl cut?
It's a good question, Eric.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think
bowl
there
cuts
is.
are bad.
Yeah. He wonders what we're doing here at such a late hour, and he tells us we have guts.
Do you have it?
I do. He suggests that we stop here and is definitely not up to something. He says that it is dangerous with all the bandits and everything.
Why don't you spend the night here?
Yeah, I would have believed him if he would have said it was dangerous because of all the snails and boogermans.
Yeah,
but-
if he cited some direct monsters.
Yeah.
Chris, it's creepy, but he makes some good points. I'm kind of buying his argument here. I should stop and rest here. He has this cottage in the middle of the mountains by himself.
Yeah, and I need to save.
We all have weapons.
Yeah, that's true.
Odessa speaks first, saying we're in a hurry. Victor, however, thinks it's a great idea because his feet are killing him. Gremio agrees with Victor for once and says, I'm not sure I can go on. Then we get a choice.
Yeah?
Me too, or we better go on.
Well, Eric, I agree because I know that I'm going to have to agree anyway.
Yeah?
Because it's going to send me into an endless loop of me agreeing.
What's that called?
A fucking time loop? I don't know.
It's called the Invisible Hand of Destiny.
Oh, the Invisible Hand of Destiny. Is that something that is important to our podcast?
I think so.
One.
And that is the first instance of not having a choice when we have a choice that we officially recognize on this podcast.
So this is how we're counting Invisible Hand of Death. So can we also apply this to when situations occur that have to occur in order to lead us to the next plot point? Like out of nowhere?
Yeah.
I've got something in mind later.
Whenever you feel like you're being groped by the invisible hand of destiny, you can apply it wherever it feels necessary.
Okay.
To me, this is where I first recognized it as I don't actually have a choice.
Okay.
And there were other instances before, but these are just ones we're paying close attention to because no reasonable person would stay here with Ledon.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. Inside, Ledon suggests that we have this tea before supper.
Victor specifically asked if he has any tea first. Ledon does not bring the tea idea up.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. By the way, it's the second instance in which somebody has called dinner supper, and I love it.
Yeah, I like it too.
Great game. There are actually 5 teacups on the table. Did you notice that?
Yes, there's also no music. It's the noise of crickets and wolves' dogs barking.
Yes, I love this. I love this nice little ambiance.
We're standing around a circular wooden table drinking tea. Victor drinks first, thinking it's bitter, right as Ledon says it's special tea from Mount Tigerwolf. Cleo agrees it's very bitter. Ledon gives Tyr some too, and we get a choice. You can pick not if it's bitter or just a taste then.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, I'm not drinking this shit. I picked the first one, not if it's bitter.
Yeah?
Do you drink tea a lot? Is bitter a tea taste?
I don't
Is that
drink,
normal?
I don't drink tea. What are the most bitter things that you consume? The only thing I can think of is beer.
Do you want to know a fun fact here? I don't know what the hell bitter tastes like.
Really?
People describe it. I don't know what it means. I know what sour means. I know what hot means. I know what eggplant means. If you say bitter, I've got no basis for that. It's a skill I never picked up to ID bitter. What's a bitter thing? Beer? I like beer. I don't like bitter things, do I?
Cal L says tea is bitter like coffee is bitter, but I don't taste any bitterness in coffee, and I drink black coffee, so I don't understand.
Well, yeah, but there's
that
multiple kinds of black. Like, what kind of black coffee do you drink? Coffee as coffee, or like pancake donut, Dunkin' Donuts powdered coffee? What are you doing?
What is coffee? Coffee as coffee, like
Yeah, you got
Folgers?
turmeric in coffee, yeah.
Yeah, I drink the regular ass Dunkin' Donuts coffee that they sell
yeah.
at the stores.
That's great.
It's like like a C tier coffee.
Yeah.
It's fine. I don't,
Dump the shit in my body. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, who gives a shit? I just need to wake up.
Wake me up.
Did you see how late I was up last night trying to fucking kill Margit?
Dude, I hate trying to go to if there's a boss before I go to fucking sleep, I have to kill the boss or else I don't fucking sleep. It's a goddamn curse. Never play Elden Ring after 8 p.m. Sorry.
That's the only time I get to play Elden Ring.
Do you want to sleep or do you want to play Elden Ring?
Well, I haven't slept that much this week, Eric. Cooked Pages says tea is very, very lightly bitter. So I guess these people are liars. I don't know.
I drink peppermint tea. I don't know.
Also, this game was translated off a spreadsheet.
Yep. Ledon then presses Tyr and says, come on, just a taste. And you can pick again. Not if it's bitter or just a taste. Chris, I'm not drinking this shit.
Yeah?
Ledon presses one more time with unique dialogue. It's not that bad. Besides, it's good for you. And you can pick, not if it's bitter or just a taste then. Chris, I'm not drinking that shit.
I say that shit to my kids all the time and they don't care.
What, you're not drinking that shit when they make potions in the backyard
No, it's
full
good
of dirt
for
and toothpaste?
No, it's good for you. So you need to eat it.
That's not going to work.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. That's why I ended up eating hot dog buns with ketchup and mustard for half my childhood.
Yeah.
You say no enough times, your parents just say fuck it.
That's true. It's absolutely true.
Ledon starts repeating shit, and I can feel the invisible hands of destiny. So I drink some.
Two.
The SSD just says, goodbye ears.
Everyone needs a 10-second sound clip, Chris. Odessa thinks it smells kind of funny, which is what women always say when then you give them a drink that they don't want. Victor asks the old man what the tea is called. Ledon replies, it's a special Mount Tigerwolf brew called Robber's Tea.
Oh, that's not suspicious.
No, not at all. Is this an account of games didn't what's the subtext is for cowards? Is this because it's not a particularly complicated game?
I mean,
is
Murayama is Murayama in team? Are they anybody on this team? Is anybody a writer?
I don't know. Probably not. Probably not as their first trade.
Yeah,
not at this point.
Yeah, and have any of them experienced anything from an RPG perspective? Anything more narratively complex than Final Fantasy VI?
I was going to say, yeah, the wheel is still being this is 95 in Japan, right? So Chrono Trigger just came out that August.
Yeah.
So,
and he said Murayama said in the interviews that at least he specifically cited I don't remember which one, but Dragon Quest, and Dragon Quest has never been something with
those were light narratives.
Yeah.
Well, 5 was out. 5 is pretty deep. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
Gremio thinks it's a weird name, then starts slurring his words. Cleo and Victor realize what's happening. Cleo even realizes it's such an old trick. Fade to black.
Yeah, I love when Gremio's passing out and his speech slur is
yes,
it's great.
That if Gremio was dying, he would think of Tyr as he was dying.
As young master.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When it comes back, everyone is in a custom laid the fuck out animated pose.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Ledon is talking to himself, confirming the tea was drugged. He walks over to every body and loots it. Wow, for a bunch of stragglers, these guys are loaded. Looks like we'll be living the good life for a while. And we'll, Chris, there's an accomplice.
Yes, I think I think, too, that we actually are loaded. I mean, I know you're loaded because you cheated, but
Of course, yeah.
I remember...
I didn't cheat, Chris. I didn't Game Shark any money. I played by the rules of the game. I manipulated. Please, thank you.
Gotcha. Okay. Anyway, because I don't think we've experienced it yet, but later on, some guy in the rune shop is like, man, I got a crystal, but it's fucking broken and I can't do anything with it. And you can buy a crystal right there.
Well, yeah, but it's your own special crystal. Like, if you find $1 in the dirt, aren't you going to be upset? Isn't that like a better dollar than a dollar you earn?
He's talking about how he doesn't have the opportunity to use magic now.
Oh,
so
I
he
see.
can't afford that, but we're just able to just go in there and just scoop up a water crystal whenever we want. So I think
the special heroes of Destiny, Chris.
I mean, we are one of the 5 general sons, so
Yeah.
and also we kill monsters all the time.
Tyr has no want for anything in this world.
Yes.
Someone named Kessler, a guy wearing a paper sack with longish white hair and a purple headband, walks in.
Mm-hmm.
He asks Ledon how he's been and then notices the bodies and says, "Doing well for yourself, I see." Ledon welcomes back Boss Kessler
Yeah, Boss Kessler.
and tells Kessler he just pulled a job.
More bandits.
Kessler walks over to inspect the damage, noting a fine-looking woman in the bunch, too. That's a little bit creepy, right?
It is creepy.
That's the first, what are we planning here, guys? What have y'all been doing?
We don't need to do it because it wouldn't last very long, but if we had a counter for a number of times we've treated Odessa questionably, this would be number 1.
Yeah. Then Kessler notices something. Ledon, what have you done, you fool? Do you know who this is? And there's situations where you walk in to your house and you're not prepared for what you see.
Yeah.
A little bit, and this is one of those. Ledon had assumed it was just some stupid traveler, but Kessler calls Ledon an idiot and says, even an ignoramus like you. Ignoramus?
I've always said ignoramus, but I'm looking at the word now, and it looks more like... Fake net, how do you say it?
Initializing fake net.
Ignoramus.
Ignoramus.
Thank you.
Like, you must have heard of Lady Odessa of the Liberation Army. Ledon can't believe this shit, and Kessler orders Ledon to hurry up and prepare the antidote. So, Chris, preparing the antidote means he's going to revive them, meaning this originally killed us, correct? Or is it to wake us up quicker and antidote wasn't maybe localized as well as it could have been?
That's the way I read it, was that we're going to be passed out for like 3 days.
Yeah.
And they're going to take us out and throw us on the porch or somewhere.
Okay, yeah,
or,
in the freezing cold
or maybe
weather,
put us in
right.
bed and just say, hey, it's tomorrow or something. But yeah, I never thought they were trying to kill us, but they are bandits.
Screen fades to black, we come back up. Ledon is preparing a rabbit's tail, rose leaves, and a handful of sugar. Kessler tells Ledon he can say goodbye to his head if anything happens to Lady Odessa.
Kiss his ass goodbye.
That's right. Ledon runs around frantically, adding all this stuff again, then it fades to black.
When he's running around to try to gather the ingredients at the end, he names the ingredients all fucked upedly.
Like he starts slurring it.
He says rose's tail, sugar leaf, and handful of rabbits. And instead of
You know
saying,
what's funny? I wrote that down, but I thought I was just repeating myself, so I didn't repeat it.
No. Originally, he said a rabbit's tail, rose leaves, and a handful of sugar. And then he got it all fucked up. I thought that was a pretty funny gag.
So our antidote has been accelerated, and God knows what we're getting
Yeah.
spiked on top of our existing poison.
Yeah, who knows?
Great. When it comes back up, everybody is awake, and Kessler speaks first, saying, "Forgive me, Lady Odessa. Without knowing it, I nearly committed my life's greatest error." Chris, good apology.
Yeah, my life's gravest error is a strong word.
Hey, the Imperial Army sucks, but also everybody else appears to suck. I do like the shades of gray. Everyone is an outlaw and not innocent, but also not as bad as Barbarossa, apparently. Like, would Barbarossa drug and potentially, like, sodomize everyone here? Like, what are we doing? Is this guy worse than Barbarossa?
Well, I mean, you've seen what Barbarossa allows his troops to beat kids. Well, I mean, I don't know if he's specifically saying go beat up some kids, but,
Yeah, I
leadership
guess.
matters.
Kessler offers to make Ledon pay with his life, which is an excellent boss move.
Mm-hmm.
Ledon asks Kessler to spare his head. Odessa tells them not to be ridiculous, suggesting she'll have to be more careful from now on. Then she says, maybe I do trust people too much, like Flick says. Chris, Odessa was the only one who said we shouldn't do this. She wanted to press on.
Yeah, you're right. You're
so
right
she
about
doesn't
that.
necessarily have that flaw.
She was more so worried about the time, but you're right. I mean, like,
Technically.
Yeah.
Ledon says he has no way to apologize, but offers to let us stay the night here for free.
Yeah, thankfully they've got the exact amount of beds that we need.
Of course.
Yeah.
Victor asks Ledon not to poison us anymore, which is a fair request.
Mm-hmm. In the morning, we get some bird chirping.
Hell yeah.
And everyone's still asleep, but we can move and you can talk to everybody, but they're all just kind of sleeping. Victor, he sleeps in all caps as expected.
As an editor's note, the bird chirping noise, I usually like to lay the ambiance throughout the full scene, but I can't stand the bird chirping noise, and I'm going to assume neither can you, and I'm going to fade it out after 15 seconds.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
There's a kettle on the stove, Chris. Is it warm tea for us?
It's poison tea. It's
okay.
more.
It's still more. Just drink it.
Yeah, Ledon says that he's giving up his poison tea. Kessler says that Lady Odessa is a true hero. She's serious about overthrowing the Empire. He says, quote, there are many who express discontent, but only she means to do something about it.
So Kessler was good with all this until he figured out who she was, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, and we're all in bed and our eyes are open because that's the way our sprites are drawn. Are we supposed to think they're all sleeping like Major Payne?
No, but yes.
Okay.
Kessler calls Odessa their hope for freedom. So somehow Kessler is somehow engaged with the idea of being free from the Scarlet Moon Empire's rule, although I don't know. Like, I don't think Barbarossa is encroaching upon Kessler's lifestyle at this point in time, but still he cares about the larger picture. Everyone wakes up.
Simultaneously.
Yes.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's an RPG. Victor asks Gremio why Cleo is in such a bad mood. Gremio says she's always in a bad mood when she gets up, like me. I think like me is editorial. Me, like me.
Like a Chris.
Yes, Chris.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Audio medium.
Yes, thanks. I was pointing at myself. Sorry. Odessa wakes up and she says, we are now on our way to Sarady. Is that how we're saying that? Sarady?
On our way to Sarady.
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 Saturday.
Sarady.
Saturday.
Saturday.
Ledon goes to unlock the door for leaving already, meaning he locked us in here, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's it. That's all I've got.
Did you find a clone crystal on the way out here?
Eventually, but first I went back in. Well, Distant Mountain resumed when we left. I went back in to see what Ledon has to say.
Mm-hmm.
You know what he has to say?
You want to save?
He says, you can stay here for free.
Oh, yeah, you better let us fucking stay here for free.
Uh-huh.
And I don't want any of your goddamn tea.
I continue on. I find a clone crystal, but I am overloaded, so I leave it.
You left the clone crystal?
Yeah, I was overloaded.
With what?
Medicine.
Just drop it.
Water runes.
Discard it. You can take the clone crystal, attach it to Victor, and then Victor's got a strong move that he can use in desperate situations.
I don't have to go to a shop to do that?
You do, but you can do it later.
I can't do it in the field. What am I going to do? Burn my medicine?
You don't need that much goddamn medicine.
What if I have to heal myself? I have no healing spells.
You can buy a water rune in Sarady. Let's go to Sarady.
I have water rune pieces already. Why do I need that?
Pieces are for weapons. Crystals are for healing.
Son of a bitch. Who's going to tell me this?
I told you like last week.
I don't listen.
Eric, get a water crystal, attach it to somebody who has a decent magic stat, and they will have a healing spell.
Give me your manual. Let me take that home.
You can take it home. It's fine. We return to the world map where tiny characters on the Great Plains
again. Huge world, please.
Great Plains, huge world, all the same.
Actually, I find a town in a valley in the middle of two mountain ranges. It's a silo and a house on the world map.
It is. And its population?
Yeah, Sarady?
Take a guess.
67.
I would say 4 based on the map, but
I mean, like I know, yeah, but what's the official?
700.
Shit.
Yeah. According to Suikosource.com, it is a small village located in the plains north of Mount Tigerwolf. Although located far from civilization, many travelers visit in search of rare plants, water runes, and water rune pieces. I think this is conjecture based on the drops. They're just kind of turning the things that we find into the narrative of the thing. I don't know.
Choose your own adventure narrative.
Yeah.
I just wonder about, because this place is completely, it's not landlocked, it's not the right word, but it's mountain locked. Like it has to be completely self-sufficient, right?
Yeah.
And you can't grow crops in high altitude shit, can you?
It's pointless.
Yeah, like how is this place surviving if they're not just out there eating water crystals and slime?
Now there's an editor on Suikosource.com named Blue Moon who puts comments about this information, and I usually skip it, but Blue Moon has a very bad joke this time.
Okay, let's hear. Let's go. Come on, Blue Moon.
Travelers come for rare plants. I bet that's the type of plant that makes you happy.
Oh, hell yeah.
Law enforcement is probably non-existent anyway, as suggested from the fact that Tyr McDowell was brought here when he was abducted during the Succession War. Unsighted, but I guess when he was captured by Gale Rugner's forces, he was brought here.
Yeah, marijuana confirmed in the Suikoden universe.
Yes, thank you. Thanks, Blue Moon. We appreciate you.
Sarady, music, Rockland plays.
Yeah.
Is this just like, I'm starting to believe that there's town music for different chapters of the game.
Well, there are like every time you cross a fortress, there's it's like a different kind of biome or region.
Yeah,
and
okay, I see.
Each like set of towns seems to share the same town theme.
Gotcha. We walk in and party out. This place appears to be covered in snow. Odessa says we're supposed to meet a messenger from the secret factory at the inn. She wonders where the inn could be, and Gremio thinks we'll find it soon. I think I'm losing my mind. It's a very small town, maybe at the top of a mountain. It's fenced off on all sides.
There's 4 houses.
But I talked to all the outdoor NPCs first.
Mm-hmm.
The first guy we talked to says we're new to this town. Except the fact that Tyr's apparently been here before, alluding to Blue Pudding, or whatever that name was.
Moon.
Then asks what it's like down below. Quote, living in a place like this, you lose track of what's going on in the world. Chris, marijuana confirmed.
Yeah.
A youth in a green puffy jacket can't wait to grow up so he can help his father.
It's a weird thing for a kid to say.
Yeah.
He needs to get out more.
Yeah, well, if I give you a list of saying, hey, here's 100 wandering NPC dialogues. You make up something. Within the back 10, you're going to talk about your dad. Guarantee it.
That's true. We can do that experiment sometime if you want.
Okay. House on the top left, the item shop.
Yeah.
There's a lady with gray hair with her hands behind her back. She says she once met the Emperor.
Mm-hmm.
Quote, he was a wonderful man and even had kind words for a lowly old woman like me.
Oh, Eric, but
the Emperor, not sexist, confirmed. What?
No, there's a plot twist here.
Yeah, what's
There's
that?
a man here. He says grandma's senile.
Yes, she talks about the Emperor all day.
Yeah. So,
Unreliable grandma.
yeah.
There's a bunch of stacks of pots at the north end of town, which I think are just artificial barriers based on pre-existing assets.
Oh, you missed something in the item shop.
Yeah, what's that?
They're selling a water crystal. My note is, I bet Eric would like to have some healing magic.
Was I supposed to buy that? Do I have to walk back there now and buy one?
No, they sell them in other towns too.
Okay, good.
And you'll
Excellent.
find one.
Great.
There's a tiny house.
Top right house?
Mm-hmm, I guess.
Some guy himself in a blue bathrobe?
Yeah, he asked if we've heard the latest.
Yeah?
Odessa is a 9-foot-tall giant.
Hell yeah. I like the idea of someone's legend getting bigger than themselves.
Yeah, it's
in this
great.
game.
It reminded me of William Wallace, who's 7 feet tall and shoots
Of course,
fireballs
right.
out of his arse or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Fuck Mel Gibson.
Yeah. Yeah. That's our second Mel Gibson reference
I don't know.
today. What are we doing?
I felt like if I say that I like a Mel Gibson movie, I need to like balance the vibe out by saying fuck Mel Gibson.
Okay. Yeah. No, I agree.
You know what I mean?
Generally.
Okay.
Bottom right and top left house don't have doors. Seems like a bad design for a house.
Yeah.
House in the middle of town. The inn? Question mark.
Yeah, it's not labeled, but it is.
We ought to walk up to a round table and party out. Odessa says this is the inn and suggests we rent some rooms and wait for the messenger.
The innkeeper can't believe this shit that there's like customers.
People here?
Yeah, which maybe...
Ledon's killing
Closure-
everybody who comes up to this place.
Yeah, it's true. He's destroying the tourism industry in Sarady here. I'm pretty sure that they didn't actually charge me money, though, even though he said he was, because I'm completely out of money, because I used all my money to buy the water crystal.
What's it like to be poor?
Well, you got to grind for water crystals, apparently.
Not me.
It was not great to be poor against Tai-Ho either, later in the game.
So now it's nighttime. There's crickets, and the sample is definitely of dogs barking, but I believe it's supposed to be wolves, right? Like wolf howling as opposed to dog barking.
I've got owls.
Owls?
Owls.
Yeah.
Fignet, amplify that sound and isolate it so we can hear what it sounds like to the listener.
Initializing fake net.
Because, owls are more likely to repeat themselves over and over again. Dogs sometimes don't shut the fuck up, but, like, why would there be dogs barking at night?
Fignet, play 3 owl sounds.
Initializing fake net.
Why would dogs be barking at night? You live in the fucking suburbs. Why the hell do they? Because they're outside. That's why they bark at night.
Well, I said
Yeah,
that.
they just bark all night.
I know.
Why would there be dogs? Are there domestic animals here, Chris? Have you seen a dog yet?
I've only seen cats.
Okay, see? They're wolves, but they make dog noises. I don't like it.
Fine.
Tyr wakes up in bed.
Yeah.
Below our rooms is the balcony that was visible from the outside.
Yep.
Odessa is out there,
Yep.
wide awake.
This is a very, very speaking bridge moment
Oh, yeah, definitely.
upcoming here.
Dialogue between two characters, one of which can't talk.
Yeah, it's still pretty effective. But once we speak to Odessa, theme of a moonlit night plays, right?
I so wish it was Moonlight Night, but it's not. It's Moonlit.
I do have Moonlight. I wrote Moonlight, but I don't know what it is. Odessa asks Tyr if he can sleep.
Whistles come in this song halfway through, and I thought it was like diegetic.
Oh, that'd
They're
be cool.
whistling around. Yeah.
The night breeze makes her feel better. You know, I thought I should try that sometime.
Night Breeze Outdoor Podcast confirmed.
Yeah, this thing's pretty mobile. Anyway, she wants to know if she can tell us something. I say yes, I will please tell you the answer.
The response is, I'm not interested, but you have to ask her what it is.
Yeah, of course. She says that Kessler?
Yeah, Kessler.
Just fucking bringing
Lump 'em in.
up him.
Hell yeah.
Flick, Humphrey, and Sanchez. They all expect so much of me. Figured she like say Flick first, but whatever.
I think Kessler and Odessa had to meet at some point, right? Because he knows who she is and she's not a 9 foot. Like, he doesn't know her as a legend. He knows her as a person. I'm pretty sure they had like some Thieves Guild interaction back in the fucking planning sewers.
Yeah, that's true. The planning sewers, goddammit. But sometimes I feel like running away. I'm not sure I'm worthy of their hopes. What do you plan to do? Will you return to the Empire?
Chris, a reluctant leader.
Yeah, what'd you say?
You can pick, of course, or I don't understand. I pick, I don't understand.
Same here, because I don't fucking understand.
I don't get
it. Have you seen me? I'm 16 years old. I don't understand anything. I'm just...
Yeah, but you think you know it all when
I'm
you're 16.
I'm killing soldiers, and I don't know why. Odessa says that we should use our head. She says, quote, you have the ability to judge right from wrong.
Lady, it's a binary choice every time.
You just met me. Your father is a great general of the Empire. Perhaps you'll be able to return to a peaceful life as a son of man.
Chris ad-libbed that last part?
Yep. But remember that you can't turn away from what you see and what you feel. Because if you do, that's a sin.
And if you do drugs, you go to hell before you die. What?
My question here is it
a sin? Absolutely not. I mean, sin is what you make of it, right? But
if you turn away from what you see and what you feel, is that a sin? What if I feel like taking a shit in the middle of the floor, but I don't do it? That's not a sin.
I think you should do it once.
So if I don't shit in the middle of the floor once,
I mean, you have to
sin?
learn by doing. Like, there's some stuff you need to test out. Shitting on the floor, if you want to do it, buddy, you bought at least half this house. Do whatever you want. I would recommend a floor, not carpet.
The bank still owns most of it, Eric.
Yeah, me too. The next 30 years.
Odessa, yeah, go ahead.
Can we talk about you'll be able to return to a peaceful life despite slaughtering between like 8 and 40 Imperial soldiers at this point? Like, is that like a free pass because Dad's a general?
Yeah.
Like, what's the line there?
I think that's what she's trying to imply. Like,
you can still get out of this shit.
Your dad's a cop. He can get you out of the speed.
You don't want none of this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She stops, looks outward, and then tells Tyr that he looks strange.
Do you think she's trying to make Tyr examine his privilege? No, it's not that complex.
No, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
But I don't think so. She says, I feel compassion when I'm with you. I suppose Victor brought you to us because he felt that special quality in you. There are many in the Liberation Army. Humphrey, Sanchez, Mose, and Flick. It's our first reference to Mose. But nobody has eyes like yours. Eyes that draw people to you. So my first observation is Gremio is not alone in like his obsession with us, I guess. Also, this is like weird Laguna magnetism going on.
Yeah, I was going to say, is this a hand of destiny or is the powerful lady like me?
I think it's a hand of destiny because the only way she would be even willing to consider handing over the reins, basically, is what she's doing here, or establishing a succession plan.
Yeah,
would be if there was some sort of destiny at play.
Yeah, but it's like their third time meeting. It has to be destiny.
It has to be.
To me, well, then again, you're also... The prospective audience is young teenage boy playing this, correct?
Yes.
Like, that has to be the number one demographic. And, oh no, the powerful lady likes me.
Yes. And like, teenage boy, I have a destiny.
Right.
I'm going to press the button.
Of course.
Suikoden.
3.
The music stops and crickets resume. Both Tyr and Odessa look out over the balcony. Odessa asks, "Who is it?"
Oh, wait, I missed one line, sorry.
Excellent.
At the end of the conversation, Odessa says, if she should ever, ...
If I should ever.
Or, yeah, if I should ever, ... Which I guess she's going to say, if I ever die, you should be my successor. That's what I thought the implication was.
But then they're interrupted. The music stops and crickets resume. Both Tyr and Odessa look out over the balcony, and Odessa asks, "Who is it?" Chris, who rolls up?
An owl. A ninjaman.
It's Kage from Virtua Fighter.
Yes, my favorite Virtua Fighter character. This ninjaman has been sent by Sir Mose, the singular of Moses, the chief of the Secret Factory.
Welcome to Mose.
Thanks.
He says, "My name is Kage. I've been sent here..." Is his name actually Kage?
Yeah, his name's Kage.
It really is from Virtua Fighter. Fucking shit.
Yeah.
Odessa can't believe the company Mose keeps. She asks how Mose is, remembering a letter that Mose sent that said his pigeon was sick. I find it hard to imagine Mose taking care of a sick pigeon.
I got real confused this part in time.
Yeah. Kage also thinks this is strange because Mose doesn't keep any pigeons. Chris, It's an old leader's trick.
It is. Good job, Odessa. This time you didn't fall for drinking the poison tea.
She apologizes to Kage, saying she was just testing him. Kage says, "I never betray a contract." So Kage, reliable ninja messenger, Chris.
Yes.
Odessa presents the blueprints for the fire spear. Odessa then tells Kage the future of the liberation movement depends on this delivery. I really want to play Virtua Fighter 2. So I save and turn my Sega Saturn on.
Oh, how was that?
It was good. Holds up well. Good port, too. 60 frames. Kage fucks off. Odessa tells Tyr it's getting late and they better rest. She walks back in the room immediately and gets in bed. I get in bed too, but a different one. Then it fades to black. Morning. Birds chirping.
Ah, hello, birds. No owls.
We're all standing in the room.
Or dogs.
Victor can't believe this shit, not believing the job is done. Odessa winks to Tyr. We finished our business last night, didn't we, Tyr? Cleo notes the young master's bed was empty in the middle of the night, and Gremio gets hopping mad.
Is this supposed to be a joke?
I think it's a sex
euphemism?
joke. I think it's a sex joke.
I thought so too. Yeah.
How old's Odessa?
Odessa is aged 23, according to the Suikoden wiki.
Halfway dead.
Yeah. Well, she's more than halfway dead, Eric.
I mean, for a traditional JRPG protagonist,
yes.
right?
Mm-hmm. Wow, this artwork of her is really good looking. She looks cool. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
Grimios hops and says young master again, and Cleo tells Gremio to pack this shit up, we party up, and we're off. Shit, do I have to walk all the way back down?
Yeah, did you appreciate this?
Did I have to go all the way back, or this sequence?
No, yeah, you have to just walk all the way back.
I mean, yeah, kind of. I enjoy when they don't automate that. I mean, the game will try to put you in every situation necessary to make sure you get your levels, right? And get some items. So I think it's like a way of forcing your hand to grind a bit.
Yeah, and this game doesn't really have traditional dungeons, so...
Yeah, is it just field maps the whole way? So, I mean, it has kind of dungeons. I mean, they're not that long.
I mean, there are castles, but there's no, like... I mean, there's... I think with the exception of the upcoming one, I can't really think of any other ones.
So I walk all the way back, but I make one special trip first, Chris.
Oh, yeah?
I go to Rockland to see if Grady's house is still on fire.
Oh, is it?
It's not.
Oh, great.
Also, Grady is gone. I wish the kids were now squatting here, but they're not. They're still outside.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Did you go to the Rune Master in Lenankamp to attach your water crystal to Gremio?
No.
Oh. Well, guess what I didn't check before I did that?
What's that?
Gremio sucks at magic.
Okay.
So
why would you put the water crystal on Gremio?
Because I didn't check. And I thought Gremio would be a good healer.
Is it bound to Gremio forever? Or can you rip that thing off Gremio?
I can take it off. I just don't have anything to replace it with. But the first spell in the water crystal line is Drops of Kindness. And when Gremio cast it, it's like weaker than a medicine.
Great. But it presumably lasts forever and can use it outside of battle too?
Yes, you can use it outside of battle. That's correct.
How do you level spells up?
But he only has 2 of them. They level up with the character. So like when a character reaches a certain level, then they'll get the next tier of magic, and there's 4 tiers of magic.
So if a character reaches a certain level and I bind them to a rune, it'll automatically scale to whatever they've got automatically?
Exactly. The only exception to that is Tyr's Soul Eater spells.
Okay. Shit. I fart around town for a bit, then remember the entrance to the sewer is actually at the inn. I get in the inn with music, theme of tension, ensemble version playing.
Oh, high tension.
The guy behind the counter is asleep or dead in front of the counter on the floor.
Yes.
Odessa asks him if he's okay. He croaks out some words about the Imperials, then apologizes to Lady Odessa, who says, "My God," and runs away. We party up and resolve to chase after her. We go to the sewers.
Hold on, Eric.
What?
You didn't talk to the dying innkeeper again?
No, he's dead. Fuck him.
He's not dead. If you talk to him again, he apologizes for fucking it up, and then he'll offer to save your game.
Oh, nice.
You can save your game with a dying man. It's hilarious.
My guy's still at work.
Yeah. He's still doing his job, saving people's games.
Let me write in my journal before you go, man.
Yeah. Now let's go down to the sewers.
I immediately slaughter a group of 5 Empire soldiers. It fucks me up because they're Imperial soldiers, but in battle they're called Empire soldiers, so I keep writing down different things, but it's the same thing.
Spreadsheets.
I move further down to the conspiracy table and find 5 more soldiers conspiring about nothing. I kill them.
Yes.
I move further down and hear a legit-ass scream.
Yeah, a lady screams. And I was wondering if I imagined that, but I'm glad you said
It's a real
that.
scream. You've
Okay.
already heard it, actually.
Yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad you got it.
We party out. Cleo wonders what that was. Gremio suggests we hurry. Yet another Empire soldier quintet awaits us. After that, the sewer sound effects resume. We find Odessa, by herself, slumped over on the ground. We party out, and Victor asks Odessa if she's all right. She stands up weakly.
Yeah, she's got there's 3 frames of sprite work there, which
pretty
I thought,
good.
Yes, thought was pretty good. I'm sure it's just recolored from something else, but
Somebody had to rig that, though.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
yeah.
very specific sprite.
Yeah, for sure.
She says, come, you can come out now. Fucking Flick, I think, then comes out from under her cape. What the hell?
No, it's not Flick, Eric.
What is it?
Huh?
Who is it?
It's a little boy.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's at the time I was getting it right.
Yeah, Flick, blue cape, not blue hair.
She tells him to run. Maybe it was a kid with little blue hair,
Yeah.
right? Music, theme of sadness, ensemble version plays.
I have a different
Speaking of Flick, where's our boys? Do they just leave her? Like, are they slaughtered? Are they floating in the river?
Yes, I also have it queued up to ask that question several times throughout the next portion of the game. I have a different track title here, Eric.
Yeah.
It is Theme of Sadness Ensemble version from Event Odessa's...
These spoilers. I'm going to have to bleep that. Leave it in.
Yeah, I know.
Odessa
I just thought it was funny that they put that in the
yeah,
track
but who's looking at the soundtrack CD? I mean, was this even available in North America, the soundtrack CD?
Oh, I doubt it.
Yeah. I mean, most of that stuff was, if you're lucky in Japan, it always costs like $500.
Yeah.
Now, Gremio notices Odessa is bleeding. Victor can't believe this shit, wondering what will happen to the Liberation Army without Odessa. Odessa's sprite shakes and she apologizes to Victor. Quote, "It appears I've been chosen to be a woman rather than a commander of the Liberation Army."
Yeah, two things here.
What?
First of all, Victor immediately blamed her. Like he pointed finger at saying, "Why are you fucking doing this, man? Like we need you."
Like, why'd you sacrifice yourself for a child?
Let the child die is what Victor's implication was.
Hell yeah.
Also, that line, definitely written by man.
Oh, of course.
Even though there's a woman on this team, I guess she wasn't in the room at the time this was written, because you can. Why not both, Eric?
Yeah, you can be a mother as well as a leader.
Yes,
pick one.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
A better line would have been somewhere in the vicinity of, "I've chosen to be human." Maybe would be better, or chosen, empathy or whatever. Saying I've chosen my gender over my job is weird.
"I couldn't let that child die. I'm a failure as a leader." Cleo begs Odessa not to talk like that. She could reopen the wound.
Yeah.
Odessa vibrates and asks Tyr to come closer.
I say, please do not ask me to accept one of the 27 true runes.
Not again.
I don't want another one.
She says, and this is all separated by ellipses.
Yeah.
"I have two requests. First, give this earring to a fellow called Matthew."
I'm going with Matthew.
Mathiu. I hate the way this is spelled.
Yeah,
it makes me upset.
Yeah, I used to always say when I was younger, I would call him Matthew just because I didn't want him to be called Matthew, because I didn't want him to be from the Bible.
It's upset. Yeah. Chris is anti-biblical.
No, I just thought he should have a more JRPG name.
Bible is for school. JRPG is for fun. In the village of Sika, Victor can't believe this shit, asking Odessa to stop delivering final requests. Odessa thanks Victor, but knows the end is near. She hands Tyr the earring, and Tyr gets into a custom kneeling animated pose right in front of Odessa. Odessa continues, "My other request. Please throw my body into the stream there."
Yeah, she always wanted to die on stream. Sorry.
I'm going to quit the podcast. Gremio can't believe this shit, asking why. Because that is a pretty weird, throw me in the river is in the sewer. Because it's made of acid, it'll dissolve my bone. No, Odessa begs Tyr, we get a choice. I can't, or as you wish, like Princess Bride. What'd you pick?
I picked as you wish.
Hell yeah.
I will always respect the wishes of a dying video game character.
That's right. Victor's disappointed. Odessa isn't. Thank you, Tyr. You understand me, don't you? Victor, the Liberation Forces find out I'm dead. The movement, capital M, will lose faith and die.
Mm-hmm.
That is why you must keep my death a secret. Our tiny newborn hope must be kept alive. If you ever see Flick again, tell him that his kindness always saw me through hard times. Well, it appears the end is near. Tyr, I hope that you'll be able to see the free world that I was never able to. Done. Odessa falls over, dies, fade to black.
Yeah.
Free world, proper noun, too.
Yeah, that was weird. There's a lot of weird proper nouns in this game.
Mash A to throw Odessa in sewer.
Yeah.
A dialogue box from Victor appears. Goodbye, Odessa.
So I'm not necessarily blaming this game for this, but I'm just going to point this out because I need a reason to talk about Gundam.
Okay.
And this game has no robots in it.
No, of course not. Well, spoilers, it does have robots.
Well, yeah, you're right, actually. This game has no mecha in it.
Okay, right.
So anyway, there's a trope that Gundam utilizes, a bad trope that Gundam utilizes and relies upon a lot, which some refer to as the disposable woman, where a woman sacrifices herself so that the special boy of destiny can reach his destiny. And
is disposable woman tied to kill your gaze?
Well, I think it's a little bit more noble than because usually kill your gaze is just like the gay people are going to die.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to have them in there that long.
Right.
Like they're there, but
they can't be characters.
Yeah,
sorry.
No, sorry. The disposable woman usually is like when somebody shows up that helps unlock the powers of the special boy or the special man, so that he can achieve his next, fucking final form or whatever.
She's a stepping stone in his destiny.
Yeah, and then she dies, and that death becomes a triggering moment.
I mean, I think any death of a friend is a triggering moment.
It is, but in Gundam specifically, it always happens to be a woman, like for 20 years of animation.
So you have to consume the psychic energy of dead women to be a better pilot for robots?
That's literally what happens.
Okay.
In many cases.
I can see it.
So this moment, well, although I really liked Odessa as a character, I just like, I hate seeing her go.
Yeah, but I mean, she was
so
born
quickly.
to die, world is a fuck, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It just reminded me of that. I'm not necessarily criticizing the game for making the character die and making the character a woman. I just
like she was a very short-lived character, and she only really had one sequence to flesh out her personality when she was talking to Tyr on that, which also drove the plot along. But like, as far as someone who was like all about that shit and willing to die for that shit, I think she was in a smaller amount of time, kind of more successful than season 3's Renoa at accomplishing a goal and like building toward an idea. And like, she could have been like the protagonist of this game, but instead she had to give her protagonist powers to someone else.
Yeah, and if this was a game that was made in like, 2001, then Odessa like exists for half the game because the game's longer. You know what I mean? But in this case, she's dying like 3 hours into the game if you're playing it straight up. Mm-hmm. So, but now we can achieve our destiny. Is this an invisible hand of destiny moment? Because
I don't think so.
Okay,
like she had to die. I don't think that was something that was unavoidable, right? Or was I don't know. What do you think?
Did we make it? I don't think so.
Okay.
She had to choose whether she wanted to be a woman or a commander.
Of course, right. And we have to go by the logic of the game, and you can't be both. So hopefully we don't need any more mothers in this game because they cannot also be commanders.
Okay, good. Is that the end of the episode?
Does anyone in this game have more than one role? Like, is this following game logic that she can't be mother and commander? Like, is Cleo just sidekick knight? Like, is Gremio just mom? Like, does anyone go beyond their initial defined role? Is Odessa violating the game rules by trying to accept more than one role? That's
a really good observation, and it'll be neat to keep that in mind as we go forward. I think the answer to that is yes, mostly, but I think there are at least, I can think of one character that has a couple of different roles.
I'm just saying, there's only one game that has undead clown skeleton who loves squid gut pasta. Like, you can be multiple things and love your mother at the same time.
Shouts to Skelly and Chrono Cross. You want to consult the RealNet?
Yeah.
Initializing RealNet.
Shy Guy 32 says, Ignoramus. Ignoramus.
Right.
Kyle says, Ignorant Mouse.
I think Ignoramus was the name of that game at Cracker Barrel with the triangle and the golf tees, where you jumped over each one and tried to eliminate multiple golf tees.
Yeah. Yeah, that fucking thing. Yeah. Fucking.
That's where I learned that word, actually.
Yeah,
I can still hear my mom telling me how to pronounce it.
When's the last time you've been to a Cracker Barrel?
My wife wanted to go for her birthday 2 years ago. Or no, 2019.
Okay.
And I had to go, and I got like chicken and dump. It was revolting.
It's been a long time since I've been. I have Airwolf says, if you outlaw poison tea, only outlaws will have poison tea. John Doe says, is Kessler a member of the Resistance? How does he know what Odessa looks like? I feel like maybe Kessler is an independent contractor of the Resistance.
Yeah, like he's run some work for them.
Yeah.
He's like drug muled some stuff across those mountains.
I'm sure this is not the last time that we're going to see him or look at his wiki page.
He's a weed dealer.
Find out. Tokame says Cleo is mood. Eric Von Ein says Cleo is also based. I love Cleo.
Cleo's pretty straight most of the time.
Yeah.
A solid voice of reason to rely upon, but like also likes to fight.
Everybody is saying, Eric, holy shit, I can't believe this shit. Throw away your medicine.
That's how I heal myself. Are you insane?
I have Airwolf says, yeah, Eric is going to drive us all crazy. Yeah, I think all the time about like, I just wake up and I'm like, fucking just put a water crystal on Eric. Jesus. I'm glad that Elden Ring came out this week.
Hey, how deep do you think I'll get an Elden Ring before I have to learn how to summon something? Because I still don't have that ability yet.
Oh, it's really easy to you'll get it by happenstance.
Okay.
You have to go to a certain place.
I'm like 20 hours in. So
I can tell you how to get it right now.
I don't want to know. It's fine.
Okay. I went to go see if I could, if I had enough smithing stone to upgrade my weapon, and I teleported to a place, and I was given that. John Doe says, Eric doing unintentional challenge runs is almost a podcast staple. I agree with that.
Path of least resistance.
Mm-hmm. Or most resistance, in my opinion. Eric Von Ahn says, owls howling. Cal L says, owls barking. Eric Von Ahn says, crickets hooting. Eric Von Ahn says, cats barking confirmed.
Is there a scientific name for crickets rubbing their legs together to make the cricket noises?
You mean besides chirping?
Probably chirping.
Maybe so. Dubert says, Odessa is telling Tyr to quit the military, Faye to Ellie style. Was it quit the military, go home?
Be a family man.
Something like that. Son of man. Tokime says, Kage means shadow. Migalicious
from
says,
Sonic.
Yeah. Michalicious says, Chris, Ninja Men is not the preferred nomenclature. I was on a Ninja Men, a Boogerman. I had a lot of weird things going on there.
Ninja Bread Man, that was a game.
Yeah, it was. John Doe says, Tyr is bound by the dark, cruel destiny of a true rune. Very true. Rune. Everybody is very upset with me for my always wanted to die on stream joke. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. I wasn't waiting for weeks to say that. It was more of I wrote it down in the moment in which I was taking those notes and then completely forgot about it.
Yeah, you surprise yourself with things you said sometimes.
Yeah, especially if you play the game shortly after we record the podcast. That's it. Thank you, RealNet, for joining us tonight. This episode is a production of Retrograde Amnesia, recorded on today. It's March 2nd, 2022. Thanks, Mark, for the music.
Wait, you say Mark says thank you?
Intro music. Tim's Man of the Sea. It's a cover.
It is great. Yeah, it is great. It's thanks, Mark. It's so good.
You're welcome, Chris.
You can find us on Twitter at Retro Amnesia Pod, and if you like us, you can tell your friends, or you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/retroam. Why not both? Get yourself some early access, bonus episodes, miniseries, voting rights for our next series, and access to the RealNet. It's on Discord. You show up, you watch us burn.
What?
In the basement. Burn pods. Make hot sounds.
Okay, yeah.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. Podcast at retrogradeamnesia.com is the email address. Eric, until next time.
Throw our bodies in the river.
And now you may go back to sleep.
Just real quick, my first 4 hours in Elden Ring, the first thing I did in that game, I went to that little dungeon behind the castle and I opened the treasure chest and I went to the crystal world. Couldn't level up, didn't know how to save really, and I just fought shit there, made progress throughout that entire upper right of the map area.
Do you have to get the leveling up ability at a certain grace, or is it like after
it's
you
at a certain grace?
Oh, okay. I thought maybe it was after discovering a certain number of them.
I think it's the same grace where you get the horse.
Okay, yeah, I got them at the same time. I wasn't sure if it was tied to the number of graces I found or that.
No,
one.
I had found like 10 at that point.
Oh, wow. Oh, I should save the podcast.
Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good.
We don't have to talk about Suikoden at all tonight, Chris. We can just talk about Elden Ring for 2 hours, then I can leave.
We could. I haven't thought about Suikoden since Saturday. Until today.
I played for 2 hours the other day.
I played for a good bit on Saturday morning, afternoon. And then I got sucked into the Elden Ring. All right. I apologized immediately. I was like, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be like that. I mean, but I didn't say but. I'm sorry. I don't need to take my frustration out on you, but I didn't say but I was thinking, but
no buts.
I was thinking, but you need to like chill out too. Stop caring about work so much, Squall. Stop it. Stop doing this.
Someone at work today was telling me about White Claw Surge, that it was a White Claw with an energy drink shit in there. And I was like, it's not possible.
No, you can't do that.
So I went back there, and in the context of White Claw Surge means double the alcohol, not like Surge, the Coca-Cola drink that you race over couches to try to get.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Or bad. I'm not really sure which one it is. Okay, I'm about ready to get going. Are you?
Yeah, sure.
Is it cold in here or is it just me?
I don't know. I'm doing the shorts and hoodie combo.
Me too. So. Okay.
I don't know if I'm prepared. I have 36 pages of hand-typed notes, so I'm just going to kind of go off that.
I'm prepared. I got some stuff. I got some stuff for you tonight. Again, unsuccessful. But nobody has eyes like yours. Eyes that dry.
After that, the sewer sound effects resume. What was that?
Oh, that's the, it plays the sound when he receives the earring.
Oh, okay.
I hope that remaster isn't bad. The remaster is probably bad. Let us know in the comments the remaster is bad, because it's out by now, by the time you hear this. Also, you can't hear any more of this podcast because it's over.
I'm getting that game early. You want to record episode 45 of the Chrono Cross series?
If you can get 30 minutes of content out of that,
okay.
Then sure.
All right.
The Pods of Fate shall return. Actually, that'd be probably a free
there you
Pods.
go. Pods of Fate plus another Eden. combine it.
Yeah, I'm going to do that one day.
We've got until April 10th, or whatever that game comes out.
Your suffering is my suffering, but faith and prayer will see us through even the darkest hour. Come, my son, let us pray. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Remove him quickly. Mass begins in 20 minutes. And I may be requiring your services again, my son. Cody Travers may soon become a problem as well. We must let no one stand in the way of our glorious revelation.
Yes, Father. Just say the word.
This will be a fake net one that just says, "You're welcome, Crisp," from Alex.